to Gathurst and then had a walk up. It's been an incredible walk actually. Scenery, views that you don't really expect maybe in this part of the world. But here we are now. There's I'm bored over there, so I'll look at that in a bit. But yeah, views over to Skelmersdale. So it's a bit of information. I guess you can always just pause this and have a gander. And to the side actually is Winter Hill, looking over to Wigan and Bolton the other way. Although there's no, as I say, there's no views this side. Let's see what I can see from up here. Just see Great Hill going out there. Can just about see Winter Hill. This here is one of these I have no idea what they're called. Just 5 miles from Wigan Parish Church. So I was in the mood to walk back. What I might do is find my way down to Parbold and see if I can get a coffee. So I'm back from my walk, just local up just past Wigan really, Ashurst Beacon. But instead of doing that sort of vlog today, I thought I would talk, it's last vlog of the year, about a few of the books that I've read. I guess reading is the thing I spend most time doing after sleeping. So, but I don't really talk. I've not really spoken about it in the vlog much. I do sort of churn through books at quite a rate, I think. But I thought I would just share with you a few of the ones that I've come across this year that I've really liked. Possibly not published this year, but that I've found this year. And then a few from my to read pile that I'm looking forward to having a gander at very soon, I guess. So most of my books are charity shop finds or second-hand bookshop finds. This one, which I read earlier in the year alongside a few other sort of time books, Theatre and Time and Civilization and Time, Lewis Mumford, Technics and Civilization, I think I read. But this one is David Landis, Revolution in Time, Revolution in Time. It's basically a history of watches, a history of clocks, but a history of timekeeping and watches, and it's really interesting. It's quite dense, but there's so much really fascinating information, so many great stories in there. So I really enjoyed that one. This one, Teenage by John Savage, I got in second-hand bookshop in Newmilns, which I think I may have briefly shown in the vlog, when I went on my sort of annual trip to the Newmilns Fire Festival. This is a sort of history of the creation of the idea of teenage, using sort of quite specific examples, I think, from America and across Europe, and it's again a really, really interesting, really well researched piece of work, and I enjoyed that one very, very much. And then I think the third one is, this one's a bit different. This one I had to order, actually. I think I saw a tweet about it and followed it up, and it's called To Evelyn, and it's got this amazing cover, and it's a collection that a woman called Evelyn Short had of posters of entertainers from her local club, which were found by her family when she died. And there's all these incredible images that you would have found on the wall or on the window of the local pub, and it's just brilliant. So that was quite a treat. Something a bit different. I've got a massive pile of stuff here that I've been picking up in, again, charity shops, second-hand bookshops, a host of these little very short introductions that Oxford publish, that when I first heard about them I thought were going to be a bit thin, but actually turned out to be really, really interesting. But ones that I'm particularly looking forward to getting my teeth into, I think, are this one here, which is a history of fonts, which I think, I don't know, it sounds like it's going to be absolutely brilliant. I've been saving that. And a novel. I don't read a lot of novels, but this one's been waiting, Narcopolis, for a while, so that's going to have to come up fairly soon. This one looks fascinating. I've never actually read any Gombrich. He's done a couple of like touchstone books, hasn't he, like History of Art or whatever. This one's Art and Illusion, and I think it's going to be really interesting. I don't know when it was published. Illusions are fascinating things. 1959. There's a lot of like really interesting Twitter accounts with little illusions and things that I think are great fun. So this should be a little bit of background to that, which could be fun. And then this one I got for Christmas, which was on my Christmas list, but I totally forgotten about it. When I opened it, it was quite a treat. And it's an economic history to the English garden. And I have to admit, it sounds a bit dry, but I mean, who doesn't love a nice garden? And I think the history of the English garden is so woven into our culture. I mean, next year I'm desperately looking forward to Bridgewater opening in Salford, and I think that's going to be my highlight of the year, to be honest. And so I might save this for when that happens in March. So that's eagerly anticipated. Yeah, there's plenty more here, but I'm sure I'll carry on collecting, and I do have some ambition to actually plough through these and get them read before, but I will carry on buying books. And one day I might actually sort them out. That'll sign me off for 2019, and I don't know what's going to be next week. I didn't know that this was going to be this week, but I hope you have a great new year, and I'll see you next year.